Perfect. I got that on video. That's a good opener. There's Laura back there being an idiot. Justin, what we doing?
Staying out the way. Anyway.
Staying out the way.
About to put this in Reddi Whip.
Yeah. So
V2.
what all we got? Yeah, it says this is V2. So we had to redo this, right? Looks very similar to what was in there.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
You know. So we got PDM, a Holly ECU, and then we got injector drivers down there, and then we got a 70 amp relay. And then what else we got? We got an interconnect. What do we use here? This is neat.
Yeah,
I don't think we ever talked about this.
What are they technically calling? They're like a bus. This is a terminal strip,
For professionals.
but not a terminal strip.
Right.
It has the screws built in there for you.
Yeah,
You don't
it
have
does.
to do the
Yeah,
screws.
you don't even need to do the screws. So what this is a DT connector. I only got one crappy hand. It's a DT connector, right? And all of our ignition leads are terminated to that. But then in here, it's bust in there. So you plug it in, and they all share continuity. So it's a nice, clean way to share. Like if you've got like a big splice to go to multiple things. So plus it gives us the option to add to the ignition circuit. We need to like later.
We have ignition all over the place in this car, so it's like you would for real need. I mean, a terminal strip like that big.
Yeah, you
know what I
need
mean?
terminal
So-
strips like that big, and those are garbage. So you don't use those.
And like if you just need a 22 gauge wire going to something, you could put probably 4 22 or more 22s in each one of these terminals. So like you
Right.
can have a ton of ignition wires coming out.
And it's
really,
all
if you
low
need to.
load, right? So like our ignition circuit's all low load. It's all I mean, when we power this all up, the PDM's probably going to draw what, a 1.5 amp
Yeah,
tops.
that's
Tops. So those things are pretty sweet. But we had that in the car before, but we never talked about it. There's a Davis profiler right there with provisions for another Davis profiler that goes right there.
Pete Harrell's just jealous right now. He's got two profiler.
Yeah. So stand this thing or turn this around and stand it up so we can look at the backside. You know what I mean? Oh crap! Hang on. You can tell this is not scripted because we don't know what we're doing.
There you go.
So there's a lot going on here, but basically everything joins into one spot here and then splits out and goes to a couple different bulkheads. So what do we got?
We got a transmission bulkhead.
Yeah.
Then a front of the car. No, this is probably the front.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
front.
The back of the passenger side front. Then this is this will actually be going to the rear of the car.
But it's going through the trans tunnel.
Yeah, but it's going
Yeah.
through like the middle of the ar. The shifter is in here as well. So
Yep.
like, it's kind of like the
Which there's another bulkhead for the shifter.
Yeah, but
Well, why wouldn't there be? You know.
yeah. There then we have engine harness bulkhead, 61 pin.
Yeah.
Then another 41 pin for the driver's side,
Yep.
auxiliary harness, and then like Campbell's Pro 600. I'm gonna boot it once it's in the car because I can't remember how this needs to be oriented and turned.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then a column.
Column. So everything's in here. So everything's all in one. So if we have to pull this out of the car, it's a pain in the ass. But it's all in one. It's all sealed up. It's all done, right? Over here, we got some stuff that goes to like dome lights, and there's some spares in here. The chute handle.
That's like the cabin of the car.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this would be the cabin, right? So like bump start switches, kill switch, overhead. That's all integrated into the harness. So the entire car is into the harness. This is one of the reasons why you can't, like, when you call and say like, hey, I want you to build me a fully sealed harness for my whole car. You can't really do it without a car here.
No.
Does that even work?
No. I mean, you get something, but it's like, you said it best before, really. You told me 12 inches, I measured 12 inches, and our 12 inches isn't the same.
Right.
Calls, but yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
it's just not, it's not going to work out.
Right. Yeah. So like when we say, hey, you tell me exactly how long this has got to be. If you told us that this has got to be 23 inches from that connector up there, and we make it 23 inches exactly, and then you're like, well, I forgot that there's a bar in the way.
Yeah, or I put a bar in the way.
Or I put a bar in the way, right? Yeah. So can we just make it an extra 2 inches longer? It's like, no, we can't just make it an extra 2 inches longer. Game over, buddy. So, so that's why when you want to do a whole car, just bring it to us. You know what I mean? Where's it going? Let's go look at the car.
Yeah, just put the studs are drying. We got them Loctite in.
Yeah.
A real OEM approach. 2 studs, 2 bolts.
Yep, very OEM. Yeah, so we got studs here and there that'll hang on, and then there's 2 bolts that go down here and in there. So this whole rack just kind of sits up in there. We got rid of the battery up there.
Yeah.
The battery used to be there on the floor, or raised off the floor, but after sick week, it was in the way. And
That was a foot room issue.
yeah, so NHRA is also wanting a battery box around the.
Well,
So now, if it's in the cabin, NHRA wants a battery box around it. Suck it, NHRA. It's not in the cabin anymore. It's under the hood. So Matt made a video about this. He made these mounts here for the battery and for the fire bottle over there and whatnot. But once this is in, what do we got left for wiring wise? Just the bulkheads out, right?
yeah, we'll have a passenger auxiliary bulkhead, a driver's side auxiliary bulkhead. Good news is the engine bulkhead was already done. Because
Yeah.
it kind of, it stays kind of with the intake, like there's no really getting it in and out type thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of made
Yeah.
in place. And then, yeah, we'll have, the biggest deal will probably be like the
Rear
back,
end.
yeah, the rear of the car, because it has to go like from the shifter. And the shifter's just like everything else in this car, a little complicated. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the shifter.
Yeah.
But no big deal.
Yeah.
We just have to do that, and then there'll be another little. It's like a patch almost. It just goes from there to there, and then
We'll video it. We'll
Yeah,
video
so
while
you'll see that
we're
next
building
video.
while we're doing sub harnesses. So we got an air shock solenoid right here. So that's for the air control for the air shocks. We landed some spares back there. Did a whole bunch of stuff. So there's already some power harnesses already made. All that stuff's in there. So it's just kind of like laying up out of the way.
yeah, that survived.
That's yeah. That stuff's a mess.
Tested and approved.
Yeah. As you can see from the sticker on the transmission, things got a little spicy in here. So, but all this stuff is a mess right now because like there's no point in tidying it up. We know where it goes. We know how it routes. Let's just do it all in one shot so you don't have 3,000 zip ties on top of each other.
Yeah, we'll tie it all together.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we'll talk. Shout out Doug. And,
Oh yeah. So Rife Sensors made this Pro Mod style mount for the three-way block, put it on top of the tail housing, which is actually super nice because there's not a lot of room down in there with all the stuff that we have going on this transmission. So we had like a ghetto rig done before, and then when they came out with these, I was like, oh, we got to get one of them. So that's nice. I like that it's out of the way, Daniel was plumbing it all. Let's go talk to Daniel, see what Daniel's. First off, what everybody wants to know. What you got on today?
I just got on some skeleton socks.
Oh, these are weak.
Yeah,
This
they're
is,
not
man,
bad.
I didn't think you were coming up with a
I
B
didn't know we
game
were
today.
filming today. I didn't know
Man,
if
I didn't
was
realize
hair
you was
and
going to
makeup
show up with a B game today. You know what I
today. I
mean?
didn't know it was hair and makeup today.
It was, and you certainly missed both.
For sure.
You missed both. You missed both, right? Yeah. Man, it's tough around here, ain't it? It's some bullshit, ain't it? All right, so what do we do? I'm acting like I had nothing to do with any of this, but I kind of had something to do with it. But
We put this big block back in here.
Yeah, so-
center off got her freshened up. Had to fix a couple of things that got broke. Nothing major.
yeah, so it was. So what all broke? If you watched the last video,
The dowel that holds the transmission in, the boss around it cracked, so they welded that back up. It ripped every thread out of the bell housing bolts in the block, so they time inserted that for us. That's really about it, wasn't it?
yeah, but like so, I didn't talk about this earlier, but the engine, as far as like component, like there was no component failure.
No,
You know what I mean? Like there was no component failure. It
we
wasn't.
put it back in there and ran it, but minus the bell housing.
Yeah, minus the fact that you couldn't hook a transmission up to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you didn't hook a trans to it, you know what I mean, and didn't care about a flex plate being wobbling all over the place. But
Wobbling
Yeah.
flex plate. We
Yeah.
got 2 drive shaft loops now. Though,
we
so
do have 2 drive
and they're
shaft
actually
loops.
secured.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that part, right? So, so set the engine in, parted a killer job, fixed it all up for us, welded it back together, welded it on the block a little bit, and then machined it down. Looks perfect. And I had them freshen it up too. So like we put new rods in it just because it already had 30 something runs on it. And so I figured we're in there, we might as well do it.
How many runs can you get on a set of rounds? Like if you don't have a mechanical failure, how many sets?
I don't know. I don't want to give like somebody a number because, then they're going to like turn to me if they break one. But I've ran the aluminum rods up to 85, 90 runs and like 2,000 street miles. But a lot of it's about heating the oil.
Yeah.
A lot of it's about getting the oil hot before you beat the crap out of it. we have a rule that we don't go into the water box until it's 110 degree oil temp. So if it's sitting there at 108 degrees, we wait. So it doesn't start doing a burnout until 110. And then by the time you stage, it's about 125. And that seems to be a sweet spot. We haven't had any issues with rods. So, knock on aluminum here. We ain't never hurt a rod. So saying that now, I'm probably going to break one on startup. My luck,
We had to redo a bunch of plumbing.
Yeah. So what did we do? We changed a whole bunch of plumbing, right?
These are still the same. The oil cooler lines are still the same, but we redid the primer pump lines are different.
Oh yeah, oil primer.
Yeah.
I'll try to get in there. The headers ain't here yet. Jake's gonna swing by this evening.
We redid these 2.6 lines because we can now feed that through.
Yeah.
That.
Oh yeah. So this is a Mazir oil pump, like it's a primer pump. So like you press a button and this thing turns on and it starts pumping and making oil pressure. So previously the hole that was in the block right here was really small because it was just anticipated to be like an oil pressure signal port, like for a sensor. And they opened it up, so now we'll be able to flow a good bit of oil through it. So we redid that.
Turbo feeds.
Yeah, we had to remake turbo feeds. They got toasty.
Good safety wire on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Daniel safety wired it. Look at, I taught him how to use safety wire. And I ain't the greatest with safety wire, but we're doing what we can.
Water pump.
Oh yeah, we moved that. Yep, Matt had to move that bad, Larry. So had to make a new water line for it. So previously the water pump was just hanging right off of here. So Daniel made a new line there, and it comes up, hits the water pump. The water pump's now mounted and kind of integrated with the alternator mount right there. It's worked out well. It's a little tight, but the whole reason behind all this was we needed to put weight up on the nose. So I think we effectively moved about 50-ish pounds. I think we effectively moved right around at least 35, but we also took weight off of the back of the car. So
And hopefully we can remove the lead.
yeah, hopefully we'll be able to pull some lead off of this thing.
CO2's up front. I don't know if
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, CO2's up front. The bottle's not there, but there's the mount. And then the fire bottle is going here, but we shipped the fire bottle back off to Lifeline 360 and or Lifeline USA in Virginia, and they're going to recharge the fire bottle because Josh did deploy it. So good, thankfully. So that'll go back in. We still have to replumb the fire system because we moved the fire bottle here. What else?
That's really the main focal points of transmission.
There's a lot of plumbing on this transmission.
Yeah, so we moved our block here.
Yeah, I talked to him about that.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
The cool mount. So we
Yep.
got all our mainline, converter, lockup pressure, all on our block. Then
Man,
we
you
have our
slacking.
sensor.
You didn't even put the stickers on.
I'm going to. They're not tight yet.
Okay.
And then we had to redo. You can't really see it, but we had to redo all our lines on our dump valve.
Yeah. So dump valve and lockup solenoids. So all that stuff we had to redo because this all burnt. Everything in here burnt, like everything. So.
Daddy Pete got our converter back to us.
Yep.
so that's good.
Yeah. Circle
Shout
D.
out Circle D.
Yep. Circle D did a great job. They got the converter back to us, and it touched down the pump or turbine or something. I don't know. Justin would know better about the inner workings of the transmission or the converter than I do, but something touched and it wasn't happy. So they took care of it and fixed it for us, got it back to us promptly. And now we've got a little bit tighter of a stator in it. So we're going to try to actually go really fast with this thing. And so hopefully we can keep the front end down. What we got left?
Not much, really.
Jake's going to swing by, touch up a couple things on the chassis with he mixed up an air cured Cerakote that matches the powder coat that's on the chassis perfect. So like a spot like that's going to be big.
No, show me the seats.
I made a whole video about the seats, but we'll talk about the seats.
Well, they need a slot.
They do. The new seats. So Matt had to put there's some drive shaft safety loops. But there's a couple of new stubs there for the seat mounts for the new seats. So hopefully you watched my other video about these seats, but these are the Racetech 8119s, full carbon fiber shell. This seat is 13 pounds, where the old seat was 20 pounds, or like 20 and a half or something like that. So we effectively lost about 15 pounds by swapping to these seats. Plus, gained a lot of function too, or a lot of safety features as well. A lot thicker of a head bolster here. Kidney bolsters are a lot thicker, and it's already set up for the 7-point harnesses, which is nice. I made a video about race tech seats, and I'm going to make another video comparing them to the 4200 series that I had. But you definitely need to check out Race Tech. If you're interested, we're a dealer now for them, and if we can help you with them, cool. If you already have a dealer, great. Just buy the seats. I don't care if you buy them from me, just buy them. So they are going to be, I'm really excited to actually get like the rest of this stuff in the interior of the car put back together and then drop the seats in it and, and sit in it. So make room for the noises. But anyway, yeah, we've got a slew of some parts left. We just, yesterday I put together the shifter, the conglomerate of a shifter. So the Motion Raceworks operator shifter, one of their button mounts. Matt made this keypad mount. We've got the cup holders. We've got a solenoid mount right here. And then we've got the button grip with another button on it. And we're going to speed mount the shift solenoid. We're not going to give away that secret about the speed mounting though, because that's where the speed comes from, is the speed mount right there. Okay, I can't teach you that one.
I'm not gonna worry about a week and a half from now. We on your ass.
Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening?
We lock in ready now.
Okay. Well, you heard it from the man with the crappy socks today. You know, he said he is lock in ready. So, anyway, yeah, we're gonna get back to work. So we'll make another video kind of detailing building the sub harnesses, because that's the part that'll actually be somewhat educational about wiring, doing everything that's over there on that panel that we talked about earlier. You can't teach that, you know what I mean?
You gotta get through it.
Yeah, like you can't really teach this like in a video. Like this is just a lot of years of work, and obviously not this didn't take years, but I'm saying there's a lot of years of experience of just doing this type of stuff in order to learn how to do this. So, and I don't want to teach you how to do our job. You know what I mean? You should just come and drop it off and we do our job, and everybody's happy. So.
We're on the Holly EFI discussion group mask while we're using this sample. Good.
All right, we out. See you.